We had our props, we had our costumes, we had our cast, we had our crew, but we didn't have anything else. And so I'm Maddie.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're okay, ready?
Yeah.
And we're just some podcast. Why didn't you do it?
I thought you said that we weren't doing it. I thought we were doing that. I thought you were doing it with me. Oh, and we're just some podcast.
To know that
Well, for those of you that don't know, I recently converted to Mormonism. Okay, maybe we should take that out. For those of you that don't know, I recently tried dirty sodas for the first time. Okay, and
I had no idea where that sentence was going.
they might be on something there in Utah. I think they're on something because I was like, there's no way that this is like good or addicting in a way where people would go out and buy it. And then I made one at work. I was like, because one of my friends always makes one. And I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I got a little DP, added a little vanilla, add some heavy cream to it, or half and half, whatever.
It's coconut cream.
Well, I did half and half, and it was great.
Well, it's coconut.
Okay,
So
well, I didn't have
get it right. So
coconut.
you're not
the Olive Garden
actually
does not
on
have
that
coconut
side.
milk on. Anyway, so I tried it, and it was just so good that I was like, oh, it's over. I'm gonna have this every single day until I die. So
No, dude. Oh my gosh.
it was so good.
Next time you come here, we can go to Swig.
I know this is a
Swig
trend from 2 years ago that I've just now discovered.
Because Swig is literally like the huge thing in Utah that like a lot of Mormons go to. I only know that because I watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and they're always
Yes.
going to
The
Swig.
most accurate portrayal of Mormons to date. But yes, the Swig.
So accurate. No,
I
but
do
they're
know that
always
is a huge thing. Yeah.
but they're always going to Swig. Okay. So I want to put that out there. And we have one here. And it's delicious. I always get the campfire drink. If anyone's watching and you know what I'm talking about.
Does that use coconut cream? Probably freak.
That's literally in like 99% of their drinks.
No, I'll try it
coconut.
because that would be better than having actual dairy too.
Yeah,
And I bet they do it because the dairy kind of curdles like a little bit. Usually if you have soda, especially if you have like a diet soda, then it will just look really weird.
Yeah. So
But you know who does dirty sodas right now? We're sponsored by so many people today. Ziggy's does dirty sodas, and they have like dirty soda happy hour where it'll be like $1
that's pretty
to
good.
get a dirty soda. I
I wish I
know.
like Ziggy's.
Well, you don't have to like Ziggy's to like their dirty soda because it's the same as everywhere, I'm sure. But
I hope so.
yeah,
If I go there and it's not, guess who I'm blaming? You.
me? Okay, yeah, but I know that means that you're in Colorado, so I'm like you could hit me with your car and I'd still be really happy because you'd be in Colorado.
I know,
Yeah.
guys. Carol and I have already picked. Well,
Well,
we're
kind of
kind of.
brainstorming.
We're brainstorming a time to hang out. I'm so excited. I think we're gonna go with beginning of March.
Yeah,
End of
yeah,
February?
sometime. Yeah, yeah. If we
So
end up doing Disney, it'll probably be April, but if we don't, if you could just end up coming out here, then we could do March.
spoiler.
Yeah, we might go to Disneyland again. Maddie, how many times, when do I start getting a punch card? When do I start getting benefits for the amount of times I've been? They should really do that. They should do
Yeah,
punch card.
I'm so excited. Because
They have all
hey,
those
Autumn,
deals right
Autumn, if
now.
you're listening to this right now, Autumn, we're trying to convince you to go to Disney. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if it's gonna work. But if she says no, guess who's going?
Me.
You. And Elena.
Either way,
Elena, if you're listening to this.
Unofficial invitation, Elena. We've even texted you about it. No, but yeah, Autumn, you should go if you'll see this. Have a great time. Either way, Maddie wins. Either way, Maddie goes to Disney. So,
Either way, Carol and I will still be hanging out.
yes. So actually, doesn't I also am a winner here because
And we
either
will-
Maddie's at Ziggy's or we're both at Disneyland.
Also, both winners because either way, we're wearing Disney merch
Yeah,
matching.
because we were going to anyways. Because we always are. So
Because that jacket was $80, and I'm gonna wear that jacket
you guys be
into
wearing it
my
80 times.
grave. I'm wearing that jacket to my grave. I will be buried in it because that's literally never have I ever paid $80 for a jacket.
Yeah, crazy. Especially like it's not like a winter coat. That's like a zip up. Okay, we're not
A zip
talking
up.
Columbia. We're talking a zip up.
Zip
It's a really cool jacket though. I'm
and
glad
it's
you
really
got it.
cute. It's really comfortable. It's really warm too.
Yeah. That's how I feel with my Star Wars one that I got. Because that one was also $80. And I was like, I'm wearing this every dang day, every dang moment. And it is
Um,
actually the coziest sweatshirt I've ever had, and I'm wearing it a
yeah.
lot.
And I was like, when's the next time I'm gonna be with Carolyn and Disney? April.
Let's make it happen once a year, baby. Because we were there in March of last year. When's the next time? You know what? When's the next? We're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna go to Disney. But I went uh to Disney in October for my nephew's birthday, and my sister Ashley, she had never been on Pirates. Crazy. She's never been on it. And which I thought was like a ride that like everyone goes
I
on.
know. I thought that was like a staple.
But she's never been on it. And so I was like, yeah, we could do it. Like it will give us a chance to like get off our feet. And she's like, oh, this is nice. And then it gets all dark, and Ashley goes, are we gonna get wet? Is this like a roller coaster? Like, are you gonna fall? And I was like, yeah. I didn't, and she was like, wait, to which question? And then we just,
Dude, that's so funny. That's exactly what happened when we were on Rise of Resistance and there's that drop in the middle of it. And my mom, because you like see the other ride drop and you're like, wait a minute. My mom goes, does this ride drop? And then we dropped right as she said that. And it was so funny. And I think about it all the time.
it's so funny. Yeah. My family one time, because I thought we were gonna, because like the five people can't go in a row. So I thought it was gonna be three and two. I was gonna have someone with me, but I get on and everyone's just like, oh, like we all like want to ride together. So Maddie, like we'll be in the same car. You'll just be behind us. And I was like, by myself with some random family, fine. And so, hey, joke's on them because I was front row and I got like right on the side and it was perfect. It was beautiful. And I was like, oh, you guys, can you see back there? Because I can see everything up here. You guys abandoned me.
And then you got on the Star Tours ride and they were labeled the traitor, all four of them.
Speaking of traitors, what are we watching and reading this week? Because that's something I'm watching. So, what are we watching and reading this week?
Um, Reading nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, not reading anything this week. I do think I'm going to start Winter's Promise though, but I'm trying to convince Kathy to read it at the same time. So, but I texted her yesterday and she goes, "I'm reading two other books." Okay, make it a third. If you're already reading two at a time, what's three at a
Catherine
time?
is reading Friends and Foes right now by Sarah Aiden. I know that because she texted me today and about it.
If you're
So,
listening to this, Kathy, at this point you should be finished with the book so that we can start Winter's Promise. Okay.
mhm.
Um, but I have been playing Skyrim. That's what I've been doing instead of reading. I've been playing Skyrim because usually I read before bed. No, I'm playing Skyrim before bed. Not good for me.
It's
Staying up
funny
way too
because
late.
last week's episode, you were like, I might get back into playing Skyrim, but I don't know. Hey,
Here we are.
here we are.
Here we are. It's happening. It's terrible. I'm not sleeping. It's so much fun. It's the best game ever. I played it a million times. I know, which is funny because I need to play the Harry Potter one, but I haven't. Um,
It's like
but
$80. So,
well, it's constantly on sale on Switch. During Christmas, it was on sale for like $7. I should have gotten it then. And then I'm still watching The Sopranos, but I have three episodes left. I'm almost done. I know, and I'm so excited because I'm gonna have to call you and Theo, and we're gonna have to talk about all of it because I want to talk about it. Um, I'm also about that, and then I think Zach and I are gonna watch West Wing
really?
after. Well, because Ben Hall, shut up, Ben, was watching West Wing while we were watching Sopranos, and they came out at the same time, and so we were like, okay, when we finish Sopranos, we're gonna watch West Wing, and then when you finish West Wing, you have to watch Sopranos, so we can talk about them.
Oh,
So
that's right. I remember you telling me this. Okay.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. Okay, what you're watching Traders?
I am watching Traders, US and UK version. Okay. UK version just finished. History was made, guys. History is made. So if anyone doesn't watch Traders, it's basically about it's like a group of 19 or 20 people. They go to this castle in Scotland. Hey, amazing already. And there's two different groups. There's the Faithfuls and the traders. And the traders get picked on the first day by the host, who is either Alan or Claudia. And the point of the show is that the faithfuls are trying to get out all the traders by the end. And then it's like each day there's a murder that happens. The traders will get together and murder one of the faithfuls. And then they have a round table so where all the faithfuls and the traders can come around and be like, I think that you're a traitor. And then they'll banish someone. And then they get to be like, I'm a faithful. It's all this stuff. Okay, it's
That's
really
so
fun.
fun. It's like Mafia.
Yes, exactly. And it's so fun to watch because as you're watching it, you know who the traders are, but they don't. And so it's always so fun to be like
That's so cool.
the faithfuls being like, I think this person's a traitor, and you're like, um, and so by the end of the season, if there's a traitor left in the mist and everyone agrees to end the game, and there's still a traitor, then the traders win all the cash. Okay. But if there's all faithfuls, then they split the money. And so usually the game ends with one trader winning or faithfuls winning. But this year in the UK version, two traders won, which has never happened before. And
Oh wait,
so,
you should probably put a spoiler warning before that.
I
Is
mean, you
it?
can't really watch it here. Like,
Oh, okay.
you
Okay,
can't
never mind.
watch it. You can't watch it in the US. I've been watching it through TikTok. Um,
I've been watching it in 756 parts on TikTok.
Exactly. And so and also it's like everywhere that two traders won. So the two
Okay.
traders won, which has never happened, and Claudia was like, "Oh my gosh, like two traders won who were both faithful to each other," and I thought that was really cute.
They're
And then
getting married.
they're getting married. And then the US version, I think there's only, oh my gosh, the new episode is tonight. And I'm so excited. The US did this new thing where there was the secret trader. I will not say who it was, but it was so obvious. Because the secret trader, the traders don't know who it is, and the faithfuls were not aware of who the secret trader was, and the audience didn't know who it was either. So it was very secret, as you would
Mm.
say. But the person who was chosen for it was so terrible, was so bad that, and it was just obvious. So then when they got banished, I was like, duh. And then reading, I am reading Harry Potter.
Oh yes, 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 yes,
Love
yes.
of my
Harry
life.
Potter.
I'm reading Harry Potter. And then I think I'm gonna start Most Eligible. I think that was one of the books I was gonna start.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've been watching and reading this.
I speaking of traders, the guy who's the host, Alan, who was
Mhm.
in Spy Kids, throwback to Spy Kids,
Yes. And
um,
Cabaret.
and Cabaret, he reminds me so much of the guy from the Hunger Games. I think of it every single time. The host from
Oh
the Hunger
my
Games.
gosh, yeah.
I
For
literally every time I'm
100%.
like, oh my gosh, it's the host from the Hunger Games. It's not, but it is in real life. That's him.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're doing a breakdown of how we filmed our pilot, Winona, and you'll see also posted on our channel same time as this is the trailer for our new pilot, Winona. So if you haven't seen it, pause this video and go watch that real quick, and
Or
then a
watch it
lot of
afterwards.
or watch it after. But I think it'll be more fun if you already watch the pilot because you'll get to see or the trailer because you'll see all the actors and
That's true.
what we're talking about. But
Hmm.
yeah, so if you're listening to this, we will be splicing in like clips and behind the scenes videos throughout our discussion. So just keep that in mind if you're listening to this in the car.
Yeah,
Mom, I'm talking to
aka
you, Kathy.
and
Kathy,
Elena, who's probably
pause
listening to
it.
this.
Kathy, hey, Kathy, listen. Pause it. Watch it at home. It'll be more fun.
So I got my little iPad that's not green.
I'm devastated. Okay, here's the thing,
Amazon.
Maddie and I. Matt,
Amazon.
yeah,
You
Amazon,
messed
we're
me
calling
up.
you out. Okay, because this is okay, pink and glittery because that's my MO, and then Maddie's MO is green, and then we always say that we're Glinda and
Literally
Alphaba, okay?
green.
Because we're pink and green.
AKA this is also the phone. from Winona. Well, this is Winona's phone.
This is Winona's phone, aka Maddie's phone. Uh, but yeah, and then Maddie ordered a green case so that we would once again be green and pink and sparkly. And
What is
then guess what
this?
did come in the mail? Amazon.
Amazon listener, if you can't see this, this is not
What shade
green.
of green
This
is
is
this?
cream. This is
What shade of green
cream.
is this?
This is the lightest green I've ever seen in my life. No, it's cream. It's 100% cream. And I was so saddened by this, but it's fine.
Anyways, it's fine. We don't have to match on everything, I guess.
No, we do. And I think Amazon should give me a new one.
Also, you need to get a green one, or maybe I'll just get you a green one so that we can have green and pink. Because you have a pink one too, which
Well,
I
I got
also like.
this one
No,
first.
I like it because we're matching pink now. Crown from Elena, and then the sticker is from Cauldron Coffee, which helped with Winona. And
Yes.
we share. It's our first, I don't want to say like sponsorship, but it kind of was because they gave us like a crazy discount to film at their
Mm-hmm.
place, and they also gave us a bunch of
Yeah.
their merch stuff so that you see it. And Winona, if you look really close, you'll see all their coffee cups are Cauldron Coffee.
So let's start from the beginning of Winona.
The very
Let's
beginning.
the very
Okay.
beginning.
We
So,
are, oh, go ahead.
no,
I
no,
was
your
gonna
turn.
start I was gonna start with the fact that we wrote it when we wrapped Lottie's Girl and
Yes.
that conversation. So go ahead
That
and
was one of
start.
my bullet points was who was the main writer because we go back and forth, and then when did we start it? So Carolyn was the main writer on Winona, and we started doing this Lottie's Girl, right?
Yeah, well, okay, so when we were brainstorming for Lottie's Girl, which Maddie was the main writer for, um, we had written I had written a very different version that did not happen, obviously. But she was giving me all these ideas, and I was like, oh, we could so make this like a murder mystery, which was not the vibe at all for
Well,
Lottie's Girl, obviously.
it was the main idea at first because we did want to try something new.
Yes.
So we did have it like Sawyer was the murderer or the kidnapper or something, and
Yeah,
then he had to
it
be
was like a
paired
whole
up.
thing.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. And then we were like, we just need to do something fun. And then
Yeah.
the more we were like, okay, so she can come into town for this, and then this happened. We're like, it's more of a rom-com than a horror or mystery than anything.
Yeah, so then we
So
completely changed it. So that script got completely trashed, and that script is bad. Like it's terrible. But then
it's so
Maddie took over fully and did the rom-com, which we loved. It's one of my favorite scripts we've ever done. I love Lies Girl. Um, and then we are driving an actor to the airport, Theo, and Maddie and I are like, we're thinking about doing a thriller, like cop drama, murder mystery type thing. And he's like, oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. And so then we drop him off at the airport. On the way back, we outline the entire thing. We're like, okay, this is the vibe we want. This is what we want to happen. Obviously,
Yep.
so much of that shifted because the whole Winona was originally completely from Niels's perspective, and then we
Hmm.
changed it, and now it's from Winona's perspective. So it was a completely different script. Same things happened, but like just completely different. And so like order of
Yeah.
events, and you know way more about Niels right off the bat versus now it's
Hmm.
kind of like you're finding out about him as the
Yeah.
show goes on.
And the other thing that was switched was it was originally a movie script.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out a timeline because we're like, well, we filmed it in the summer, well, we'll have to film it in the fall. And, just we had a lot of expenses, like personal and also just like from Lottie's Girl and the premiere.
Mhm.
Like there was just like a lot of stuff. And we were just like, I don't think we have it in the budget right now to make a whole film. So let's figure out an alternative because there's no, we're not making anything. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing like that. So we're like, we're gonna figure out something. And so then we got together and we made it into a series. And so we're like, we'll have the 2 weeks that we normally do, but instead of having to worry about all these car chase scenes and,
Yeah.
finding a cabin in the woods and this and that, like we'll just do one episode and then we'll um, take it around to people who would want to invest in it.
Yeah, and there were a bunch of stunts in it that we were like, we just can't do these without having professionals. And like,
Gosh,
that
yeah.
was when we were like, we're not going to do it. But it was crazy because my mom, I had visited Texas and Kathy was driving me to the airport and I was telling her the outline and she was like, you need to make this into a TV show. And I was like, okay, maybe that sounds cool. And then Maddie was like, you need to make this into a TV show. And then I was like, okay, that's two people, so I guess we should do that. But it was funny too because Kathy immediately was like, and Elena needs to be the star. And I was like, okay, first of all, Elena's my sister, so when it goes well with casting Elena, we're like very careful and we take like a lot of extra precautions and like other things because we don't want it to seem like, oh, she got the part because she's my sister. It's like, no, she got the
Mhm.
part 'cause she's super talented and a trained actress and just fantastic.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we move forward with writing it. It changes to a pilot, but when we were doing auditions, it was still a movie. Because we try to do everything about a year in advance for the actors because it's like we're working with volunteer staff. So it's like giving them the most amount of time to like plan,
Yeah.
hey, so sorry you're missing work, like all that kind of stuff. We try to give them as much time in advance as possible. So I think we did auditions in January
Yeah.
or for Winona, and we got the most hits we've ever gotten. Like a bunch of people on backstage. As usual, we always make a what is it called, Maddie? What's the guide called? Visualization guide
Mhm.
that shows everyone like what the plot is, what the characters are like, because giving people materials to audition with is very important to us. Because like, how are you going to audition well if you don't understand the character you're playing?
Yeah.
And so we did a bunch of that kind of work. This was like the most research I've ever done for a script. I wrote a ton of books about it, and I'll send you those books, Maddie, so we can list them in the description. But they were all fantastic. All of course are crime related, so
Yes.
that comes with the territory. They're all very intense, but they were really good. And one specifically stood out to me, and it was a detective. It was a book. It was a memoir written by a forensics detective, Paul Holes, called Unmasked, and it was about finding the Maddie. He was the California guy, the interstate killer or something. What's it called? Golden
Uh,
State Killer. That's his name, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and it was about solving that case. And I found it so interesting because it was very much a kind of like Sherlock Holmes style thing, but it happened for real.
Yeah.
Because it was this guy, this forensics detective who's been solving this case for 30 years, and he teams up with a crime blogger that just blogs about true crime. And they paired up and they solved the case. And it was so interesting. I was like, wow, and this actually happened. And so I got a lot of inspiration from that when I was writing it. Um, but anyways, okay, we wrote it. We get to auditions. We audition. There's two callbacks, which I don't think we've ever done. I think we've always only done one callback
Yeah.
and then just known who it was. Um, but it was really tough because we had casted a few characters that then got changed.
And so we reached out to like, okay, when we have a new project, we love to reach out to people that we previously worked with and loved working with and be like, hey, we have this project. Like, feel free to audition for any character, because we'd love to work with you again. And she was one of the actors who was like, I would love to work with you guys again, and I would love to audition for the character Winona.
So we sent out our stuff to her.
Yeah.
It was between her and Elena in the callback,
The
and
Yeah. Oh man.
they were
Those
both fantastic. They both played the character differently, but like in really cool ways. But
hmm
the only thing that we were like between the two of them, Caitlin was a little bit older, and we were worried that Elena would look too young, given that the main character is like 24, 25, which is
hmm
funny because that's how old Elena is in real life, but she looks very young.
Yeah.
In
But it
real
was
life,
also against like we were worried about would Elena look too young against Phil? Because at that point we had casted Phil.
yeah. At that point, we had pretty much casted everyone else. It was really between the two of them. And we hadn't casted Monogra. Well, we had casted him, but then he got recast. But so we ended up offering Caitlin the role, and Caitlin, of course, was excited about it, but then she got um her SAG. She was SAG eligible, and then she applied, and then she was immediately accepted. And so it was like, oh no, because then she's like sending us all the complications of that, and her email was so sweet because she was like, guys, I know what this means. Like, I know you guys are still like very low budget and like
Yeah.
can't afford to do something like that. And we were like, that's correct. So unfortunately, we had to be like, this is a bummer, but if the project becomes picked up and like all that, then like, we're gonna give you a call for like, whatever, different part or
Yeah.
something else like that. So then we call Elena, we offer her the part. It was great. And we were both just like
You're not
I don't
getting
know.
we sorry.
No, go ahead.
We both waited a few days before telling Elena because we didn't want to be like, Elena, you're getting it's your part, but we didn't want her to feel like, oh, you're giving me the part because Caitlin said no.
And it's like,
Um,
no.
we're like, no, like we were debating about you the whole time because it was
Yeah, I mean,
because
it took us the longest time. This is the longest time it took us to cast. Like the longest time that
Mhm.
we've responded with like the cast list because we just couldn't decide. Like they were both just perfect for the role, and so it was so hard. And then once we cast Elena, it was fine, everything worked out. And then we had to recast Montegro because he had to drop, which we recasted River, which I
Yeah.
was so, hey River. Maddie was like, you need to give him a chance, let him audition. And I
Yeah.
was worried because once again, he looks very young. And when we were choosing our actors, we were trying really hard for this show specifically to have a really good range of ages because it looks really like student film when everyone's the same age. And also, it
Mhm.
takes place in a police department. Like, there's going to be people that have been there for 10 years. And, like, there's going to be, so it was just like, it was really important to us that we had like a diverse age range of actors. And so I was like, I don't know, like, Montegro can't be this young. And then he auditioned and he was perfect
I
and
literally
so
called
funny.
River. It's like I was well, because I of course I was I Carolyn and I are a team, like I'm not going behind her back being like River, but if we like the audition, then like can I just call him and see if he's interested? And Carolyn was like, yes, but don't like, but obviously I'm not gonna be like,
Yeah, we don't want to waste
this
his
is your
time.
part. It's gonna be a normal audition, but I'm interested to see how he would do Monogro. Because I don't know. I just felt like this was just like his kind of character that he's been wanting to play. And so I called him and I was like, "Hey River, how are you?" He's like, "Oh man, I'm good, I'm chill, he's just River." And I was just like, "If I send you this audition, would you be interested?" Like I was telling him like the dates that we were thinking of and he was telling me how it might be kind of complicated because of this other show that he's working on, but he wants to be a part of it. And so I gave him the slides, and then he sent an audition like a week later or something. And I sent it to Carolyn, and she was like, "Damn, he's really
Yeah,
good."
I was like, well, yeah, he's casted. And so we casted everyone, and then it became Maddie and I in pure panic, being like, oh my gosh, we got work to do. And so everyone's
Yeah.
casted, and we start looking for locations. And luckily, we filmed all in Colorado, in Greeley, Colorado, which
Hmm.
means I knew everyone around, and we just had like a bunch of friends come in and support us. And so we got to film in a few places. And I'll send you some photos. We'll have some photos of all the places. But we filmed Niels's house was one of our good friend Tony and Chase's apartment. And then Winona's house was Hannah, Troy, and of course Sandy the cat's place. And then we filmed at this local restaurant. Oh my gosh, and their food was so good. And they were so incredibly kind. They gave us food, like they fed all the actors and the crew for free. Like it was so sweet. And then they let us use the place for free.
I remember full on feeling, well, because 2025 was a kind of a crazy year for us. And um, did you find it?
Yeah, it's called Pinocchio's Incredible Italian, and it was fantastic
It was
and a fantastic place
incredible,
to film.
as you would
Yeah,
say.
show the photos, Maddie, because that was our first day on set.
Yeah.
And the photos are really cute, and everyone's super excited, and the lighting is just beautiful.
Oh, it was brilliant. Oh, it was so pretty. But I remember because I mean, for, like last year specifically was just like kind of a crazy year, and we also had like the Lottie's Girl premiere, and so we were organizing that,
Hmm.
and I think around I want to say was it August when we realized, oh
We
shoot,
have a month.
yeah, I remember calling Carolyn, or I sent a voice memo, I don't remember, but I was like, Carolyn, I'm not freaking out, but I'm close to freaking out. Because we have our dates, but we didn't have locations and we didn't or like we had ideas of locations, we just didn't like have them confirmed yet.
Hmm.
There was just stuff that was not finished. Like we had costumes for the most part, we had
Yeah,
the full
and so many people
cast.
donated to our wish list. That
Yes.
we had a lot of our props and costumes pretty quickly,
Yeah.
which was amazing.
So we had our props, we had our costumes, we had our cast, we had our crew, but we didn't have anything else. And so then Carolyn and I we made a list. We're like, okay, this week we have to reach out to these people, we have to do this, we have to do this. And luckily Carolyn being a local, she was like, okay, Zach went to this school, we'll have we know these people we can reach out to use the school for the police station, and luckily the dates that we had worked for them too. And then the restaurant, Pinocchio's, and then everyone else was just like, "Yep, just come over whenever, like
Yeah.
when you need to," and
So
it all worked out.
it all
But
worked out and it was crazy.
mhm,
But yeah, so we reached out to UNC and we rented one of their giant classrooms and filmed the police station in the classroom, which was perfect because it was a room that had no windows. It was like a big music room and it had no windows, so we were able to record in there pretty much. I think our longest days were in that room. Like me and
yeah,
Maddie would get there at 8 a.m. and our actors didn't get there until like 11, but we were there at 8 a.m., maybe 10:30. But we were there until 11 p.m., like the first
yeah,
night.
long
And we
day.
had breaks throughout, but we were all just like, get me out of here by the end of that day. Like that was a long day. And
And we had the most people, like our
yeah,
entire cast, our entire crew, which is like, just friends, who worked amazing. They shout out to like Kat, Hannah, Kayana. Wait, actually there's two Hannahs. We had Hannah
yeah,
Williams
two
and Hannah
pianos.
Rodriguez.
Shout
Uh
out Troy, shout
Troy,
out Bana, shout out Emily, Gio's girlfriend who came along
yes.
and helped out, and she was fantastic.
And then we had our mothers there. So like
Oh my gosh, the whole cast crew was there. That was crazy.
literally those 2 days I was the most worried about because I was like, it's gonna be so many people.
Yep, so many people to
Um,
manage, so many questions to answer, and also trying to get it all done. And it's like our most intense time. And I mean, it's not really because like when we filmed the date scene, which was in Pinocchio's, we only had like 3 hours to film two scenes, which felt crazy because it was like, oh my gosh, this is not
yeah.
enough time. But they were such easy scenes because it was just like two shot mids of them,
Mhm.
and that was like it, and everything was set and ready. It wasn't like we had to set everything up, tear everything down, you know, move the
Yeah.
lighting a million times. Like
It
it
was
was crazy.
perfect. It was
Uh-huh.
great. But yeah, those days were so long. And what was also really fun is that was the week that Carolyn and I discovered that the library lets you print vinyls. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, vinyl stickers. So we we printed them for the doors to make them all look like it was police station and have it say like homicide unit, all this stuff. Hey, we don't none of that footage is in in the show, and it took us hours to go figure them out.
And
But
not
that's
to
okay. You
and
know
not to
what?
mention that they were put up incorrectly the first time by me. I did not know the order of the words. I just put them on the door, and then I was it you, Carolyn, who came out and was like, those were supposed to be switched, and that's fine. And I was like, damn, no, I have. So I made an emergency visit to the library. It was like, you have to let me in, please, because they did they
They
did
didn't have
not.
any appointments
I was like,
available.
please, please, please,
And you were
please.
like, I don't care. It says,
Yeah.
what did it say before? It said like homicidal unit something, but I don't remember why. But all I know is that it ended up, you took it down. So it said Um, oh my
The
gosh, I have a
whole
picture
whole
of it. The
unit.
yeah, the Ho
I have a
unit,
photo of it. I'll put it
and then
here,
we sent
guys.
it, and we sent it to Matt Benson, who couldn't be in this one, unfortunately, because he's in school. And I texted him and said, "Showed up and you weren't here," and it was so funny.
Oh, it's so funny. He's
Um,
just like, I'm glad I'm being thought about. But it
we're
was
like, "Yeah, we miss you. Get back on set." Which is funny because this is the first one we've done without him.
no,
But
it
it's okay.
literally it felt so weird not having him there. Matthew, if you're listening to this,
Yeah,
we're about to
it was like a
compliment
part of our
you.
crew was missing.
Yeah, because he's
If
really
you're
just
listening to this, Matthew, trigger warning, we're about to compliment you.
he just it just felt like it really just felt like we were missing a piece of our cast and our crew
Yeah, for
because
sure.
he's
Because I mean, it's
always
been
been there.
me, you, Gio, Elena, and Matt for a long time. And so it's like, wow,
Yeah,
where is he?
it was
But
so sad.
anyways, okay, so as always, we get off track. But we what was our last film location? Oh, the Armory. So we filmed, I had contacted like a million bars in town, but it was
Hmm.
gonna be too expensive, or we had to find a place that was like closed on a Monday night, which there were a few, but it just wasn't gonna work. Which
Hmm.
is totally understandable. Like sometimes people are like, no, I actually don't want you in my place of business, moving everything and filming. Totally understandable. So I talked to Bethany, my dear friend who owns Cauldron Espresso inside of the State Armory, which I find to be the most interesting building I've ever seen. Like it's just beautiful, and it's an old building and it's been like redone, but it still looks like
Hmm.
antique and cool inside. And I talked to her because I was there months and months and months ago. Like I was there in like June before we filmed, because my husband was playing a gig there, and I was like, "This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen, and I make movies and I want to film here." And that's like the first thing I ever said to her. Now we're like besties, but that was the first thing I ever said to her. She's like, "Oh my
Oh,
gosh, yeah, here's my
I'm so
email."
sorry. Besties? No, that's fine. I'm just gonna leave the chat because apparently I'm not welcome here anymore.
So now we're friends. And so then after that, I like see her a bunch of times and I was like, hey, I'm gonna email you, but like, there's no details yet. Like, I don't know like the time or the date or
Hmm.
anything. I just know that we want to film there. And she's like, great. And then I go there pretty much every day. So after a few months, I finally email her and I'm like, hey, this is like the time. This is like what we'd be looking at. How much is the cost? Because like we are very low budget. And
Yeah.
like we have insurance, we can give you all this stuff, but like we are, low budget. So if you want us to do like social media, because we usually offer like we'll film some videos for it, whatever. She responds, first of all, she gives us like $600 off her usual
Hmm.
rental, which was crazy. She let us stay like 2 hours extra than what we had reserved. And I was like, girl, but you like already gave us a discount. She's like, don't worry about it. Because we were getting to a point where I was like, we could do it, but it's gonna be so rushed to get it done in time. And she also helped us get a bunch of extras. And so we had like 25 to 30 people show up to be
Yeah.
extras in this bar scene. And Maddie is going to show a little clip from the bar scene, because it is like one of my favorite scenes. I think it turned out so well. It looks so good. And Gio
Which
killed it with
bar
the
one? There's
lighting.
two.
I think probably the one where the first one, because I think the lighting
Yeah,
is so cool. You can see all the extras, and there's like a
I do
bunch of
remember.
them. I love that scene. So Maddie will show that here.
Do I know you or something?
No, no, you look like someone. I'm sorry.
Um, but
It
yeah,
was
so
so fun.
it was just a great day. It just went
Yeah.
really well, and all the extras were so great. Um,
Also, I would like to shout out Miss Michelle Stahl because that was the day that she went home. She went back to Washington, and we had because Bethany was very sweet, where she was like, "You can pay like half now and then half later." And we're like, perfect, brilliant, amazing. And so we paid the first half, and then I got a message from my Venmo, and it was Michelle, and she had donated enough for the other half of
Hmm.
the thing and extra for, and we were like, wait, that means we have enough for this prop that we need. And so then we like drove to Walmart and to pick up a prop, and we took Elena and Thea with us, and Thea was just like Theo was like in such a daze, and he was just like, "What are we doing here?" We're like, "Walk faster! They close in 10 minutes. Come on, let's go!" And and then somehow he had like ice cream sandwiches in his arms because we
Yeah,
had
it was such a crazy time because I remember Theo being like,
why are
only
we
when I'm
here?
on set with you guys will we be about to go film a scene, but we have to stop at the store on the way to get a prop. And I'm like, yeah, and that's gonna happen every time. And you know, it's funny because people say
I
like
love it though.
Hollywood is held up with like duct tape and sticks, and that's true. And I think that is probably going to be true forever. And it makes us feel better that we feel like everything we're doing is last minute and crazy, and like we're barely making it in the budget or like it's out of budget or whatever. But that's like how every project goes, even the
Yeah,
really professionally done projects go. And so,
I
yeah,
I I personally like it because it feels like a side quest from the main quest.
yeah, I'm like, I need
Yeah.
a break from thinking about this scene. Let's go get all the props we forgot to get. Or not even forgot, but just Maddie and I, because it's a team of
The
two, okay?
boardroom, guys.
The
Okay, the
boardroom, just
boardroom.
us.
It's just us.
Gio walks in for the meeting and then he's out of there because Gio's worrying about the lighting and the camera and everything else and setting up the sound. And so we're
Mhm.
like, he's not worrying about what we're worrying about. Like that's fine. He's got his own stuff.
Yeah,
And it's just
and
him. In his boardroom, it's
yeah.
just him. So
And also for this scene, we didn't really think about it because we had all the props for it. It was just like this like set piece that we didn't technically need because it was because
the
um
scene's like almost all in the dark, but we were
it's
like, it would really add to the
yeah. We were
ambiance and
because we were like, wait, now we have the money to do it. If we have the money to do it, we should just go to Walmart in 10 minutes to go buy it and then whatever.
so we
And that's what
did.
we did.
And it all worked out and that scene looks great too. We can't show that scene because it's kind of a major spoiler.
No, but okay. So one of my other bullet points is, Carolyn, what was your favorite scene to film? Or maybe
Okay.
your favorite scene right now, and what was the hardest one to do?
Okay, so my favorite scene to film. Ooh, I like this question. Okay, favorite scene to film is tough because it's always like really exciting day one, and it's exciting every single day. But day one is like, oh my gosh, like
We're
everyone's a
here on
character for the first
set.
time, seeing all the characters like interact for the first time. Um, and we got to work with Phil, who was our newest addition to the Star Magnolia family.
Hmm.
And he was fantastic. And so we got to meet him and work with him on day one, which was so much fun. Um, no, I think my favorite scene to film is a major spoiler. Um,
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene to film, which is really funny because from the actors, this seemed to be one of their least favorites, but I thought it went so well that I just loved it. And this was the bar scene. It's the second bar scene. Maddie will show either a picture here because I don't think we can show the whole scene, but there's like a nice little picture of the setup.
You didn't get all dressed up for me, did you?
No.
Bad day?
What?
Well, you're here talking to me instead of at his house, so I'm guessing it didn't go so well.
And I just thought it was like one of my favorite scenes. I was looking forward to filming it the whole time. And I think we filmed it on one of the last day,
It
actually.
it
No, it
was
was
it
the
was the
second to last
second
day.
to last day.
And the characters, it's Niels and Winona talking at a bar, and they're both very sassy with each other, and it's very funny. And I just thought the actors killed it, and it was
Yeah.
so choreographed. That poor Elena
Yeah.
was like, this is like, I have so many things to do. Like, I have to put my bag down here. I have to move this thing here. I have to move the file at this point. At
I
this line, I have to move
know.
this. And they're passing a beer back and forth. And so they're just like, it's just like the most choreographed scene, I think, of any of the scenes besides like scene 14, which is easily my least favorite scene that we filmed. Um, but there was so much choreography
Oh,
that the actors are just like, they're
yeah.
locked in. but I thought they did so well, and I loved the way the scene turned out. So that one's easily my
Hmm.
favorite. And then yeah,
That's
my least favorite was scene 14, which took us 2 days to film and was in the police station and was just like
yeah,
it's a 7 minute long scene and it took me 4 days to edit it.
yeah,
Which I try to edit 2 scenes a day, which is way too, that's like insane. But once again, boardroom of two, so gotta get stuff done quickly.
yeah.
But but yeah, that scene was just tough. And Maddie, you can show a little clip from that scene. You should show the part where Monoguero comes around the corner
Riddler. Yeah.
in the
Which part?
chair.
Oh, the chair.
You know, if you're gonna do a private investigation, I wouldn't use your work computer. Just saying.
Yeah,
In 14.
I love
Because it was so much fun and the actors did so well, but it was like we had to move the camera like 20 million times. We had to move all the lighting. It was just, and we were very limited in like cameras facing this direction. And so everything is this direction. It was just,
yeah.
it was just a giant puzzle. And trying to make everything look good was great. And it was the only scene that wasn't choreographed beforehand. All the other scenes were choreographed like a week before,
Yeah.
and me and my friends, shout out Hannah Rodriguez and Troy and Hannah Williams, because and Tony, who also is in them.
Hmm.
Maddie, you have to show these clips. They're actually so funny.
I will.
You have to show them because you can show the clip of us choreographing it and then the clip of how it looks in the movie because we would go through all the sets and set them up and film them
Hmm.
on my phone to be like, Gio, this is what we're doing for the shot list. Because something about me is I hate a shot list, but I was like, Gio, what if I just film everything that I want to do? And he's like, perfect. And so I just did that. And so shout out to all them for helping. And then that made it so every single time we filmed a scene, it was like, oh, I already have all the notes. Here's how it's going. This is how everything is happening, and this is where the
Yeah.
camera should be, which made things way smoother. Okay, Maddie, what was your favorite scene to film and
Well,
scene to film?
oh my gosh. I really do like the bar scene. That bar scene took a long time because I
It
remember
did.
Elena had to change into her date night attire, which usually took a little bit, but it's fine. Like it's not like a bad thing. Um, but
It took a long time to set up. I can't remember why, but we were just
it
having
will
issues
we
with the angles and
yeah, we couldn't find the right angles and then with the lighting and so me, Theo, and Carolyn, we like sat down and then we did the whole we did like a blocking of the whole scene. And then when Elena came out, she was like, "Okay, what am I doing?" And it was just so fun to be like, "Okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do this." And oh, it was so fun. I do like the
I
bar
just remember
scene.
the night before when we decided this was Maddie's idea, Theo, in case you're wondering whose idea it was. That that she was gonna take the beer out of his hand because the
Yes.
bar that we used was unconventional, as in it was like a stage venue. It wasn't like a traditional bar venue, and so
Yeah.
originally she orders a drink from the bartender, but we were like, we don't have a bar, we don't have a bartender. So what is she gonna do? And then Maddie was
She,
like, "What if she takes the beer from him?" And I was like, "That's so
I
funny, and it makes the
remember
scene work really well."
because we were on the phone actually. This is
Oh,
prior.
so this must have been a week before.
Because I remember because it was you and Hannah Williams, and you guys, and Hannah Williams was working on some props, and then you called me, and you were like, "Well, we have to rewrite the scene because the place that we're filming, doesn't have like the bar, so we only need a bartender." And I forgot like what the ideas were. But I was just like, well, what if she takes the beer from him? Because she's there to get his attention. So that was a really good way to get his attention.
Yeah.
And then you rewrote the whole scene. And it was great.
And yeah, we took out a few lines because I decided that they were being too mean to each other. So there's a few
Yeah.
lines that we took out. Okay, what was your least favorite scene to film?
My least favorite scene to film. Oh my gosh. I think really anything in the police station. It was just so hard to just
This
be
was
in
just
there
long and
all
it was
day.
just
You,
cold and we we're in one room for 12 hours.
You know, okay, wait. I need to say something about another favorite scene of mine because I don't think we can. Maybe we could show like a snippet of it, the beginning of it. But it's when Winona goes into Neil's house, okay, and she has the gun and the flashlight, and she's walking through his house, and I'm behind Geo holding this reflector.
Reflector. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm holding it and I'm like walking back. And then when he turns, because it's a one shot, so then when he turns, we had to like edit out the sound obviously, but you can hear me running from behind him to the corner of the kitchen. And I'm just like this behind a wall. And then when we did the one shot where we needed that prop from Walmart, we were planning on doing the same thing, but the house was a little bit like not
It was just too
smaller.
small in that one corner where you would have had to move.
Yeah, and so then I'm gonna show the picture because it's my favorite picture from set. But it's when Geo has the amazing idea to instead of like someone holding the reflector, he puts it on his body and had Theo flash his flashlight onto Geo's body. And it's so funny. And so when every single time I watch that scene, I'm just like, oh my gosh, Geo is just Geo's a genius. I don't know, it
It's
worked.
so funny. He's got it duct taped. It looks like he's wearing a strapless dress. And it's just the best. Like, once again, the Hollywood is held together by duct tape and sticks. That's like how we
Mhm.
did it. Because we were this now this is indie filmmaking. Like it was just so many moments of like this is hilarious.
Yeah.
But we both love how it turned out. We're really
Mhm.
excited. We're submitting it to a bunch of film festivals.
But yeah.
It was overall just a really good time.
Yeah.
Just a
But
great
yeah, the
time.
police
Great
station
cast and
scenes were just a little bit harder. And I think it
yeah.
was because the really long scenes were in a room with no windows, so we don't really know what time it is, and we're tired, and there's a lot of people like a lot of people there, so there's like a lot of things happening, and me and Carolyn are just like not vibing.
Yeah, like we're trying to stay locked in and we're also trying not to because Maddie and I best friends for ever and siblings at this point. And so we're like we're inching towards sibling attitudes towards each other and we're like, okay, we gotta finish this. We're just gonna take a
Um,
breather. Like it's just that we're both tired and this is so long and like we just need to get through it.
and there's just
And
so much happening. There's just
poor Elena. I mean, Elena was on the whole time. Elena's in every
yeah.
single scene, and she's locked in. And then I remember we're at the end of the day, and we left a prop at the house, and it was just like, oh, like this is the last straw. Like we just.
Yeah. And
So I think I sent Zach to the house. He grabbed the prop. It all worked out, but it was just like,
it was a
oh my
lot.
gosh.
And with a lot of people, I'm not saying this is always a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But, people want to give their ideas because we're always welcome with ideas. But at that point, I think with both of us being like tired, needing
Yeah.
something, and then you have people like multiple people coming up to being like, well, maybe if you do this and you should do this, blah blah blah. And we're just like,
We're just
guys,
like, we're doing what's written on the page. We got to get this
we're
done.
yeah, we don't have time. We don't have time to reshoot the whole
Yeah.
scene. Love you
And
so
poor
much, but we
Theo
can't do
is
it.
sitting in that chair for 8 hours. Theo sat in that witness chair for so long that it is a line in a future episode.
It is. I
Okay.
saw it and I was like, that's funny. He's gonna love that. Um,
Because he was in that chair for literally like 10 hours. I think in the script I say he's in it for 6, but it was longer than that.
but yeah, those scenes were. I think of when I think about those scenes. There's always a time in our projects where when you watch the scenes, you're like, man, I was so tired this day. Like it's in King,
Yeah.
like there's one scene in King Terror where, it's the fight scene for me where I'm just like, I was so done at that point. I was just so
And
exhausted.
it's so hard because we've done it before when we film scenes really late and then we end up cutting them because we're like, you can just tell. And I don't think the only time I feel like, oh, if you watch this and you knew, you'd know. is when it's that one really short scene with Elena and Montegraro that we filmed last. And she's like, it starts with like, I need information on all these people. That was the last scene we filmed that day, and I think you can just tell that Elena and River are both exhausted.
Yeah.
And but yeah, fortunately we didn't have to cut any scenes from Winona, which is a first, I think.
No.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, so then you get to the point where you're like, is it worth it to keep going? Or are we just gonna end up cutting everything we film after this time? And we I think we were good about that this time because we knew when we hit our wall, we'd be like, this is the last scene of the day. Like if we film anything else tonight, it's not gonna be no one's gonna see
Yeah.
it. So
Also, another shout out. Shout out to Troy because one of our scenes, crime scenes, is at the Airbnb. And we were like, we don't have a body. So Troy, who was working as crew and also as an actor, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I have this friend who lives literally in like like she can walk from from her backyard to your backyard and she's here. Like she's really outside the house." And we're like, "Perfect." And I had brought a blonde wig. I don't remember
just in case.
where
No, you brought it for that reason, just in case
I
people had
know,
to
but
play dead bodies and weren't blonde.
I can't remember where we got the blonde wig though, for what.
Oh, we had it from Lottie's Girl because originally we were gonna have
That's right.
Zoe wear it, and then
That's right.
it just wasn't the right wig. So we
Yeah,
didn't.
so I had brought a wig and I was like, who knows, we might need it. And then well, because originally the person who was gonna play the body wasn't getting there until the day afterwards. And so we're like, okay, we need to figure it out. And so Troy called his friend and she was there in like the next 10 minutes
Yeah, she's like on my way, and
on
then
my
we were
way.
like, she was so funny because she gets there, she plays the dead body, and then at the end we're like, man, we don't have like any special effects or blood. Like this will look so like junior if we don't add that. And so we're like, okay, let's like we have to find a shirt that looks just like the shirt she's wearing so we could run to like Goodwill, grab a shirt, grab the blood because it was around Halloween, so they have it there. And then she's like, no, you guys can ruin this shirt, it's fine. And we were like, girl, thank you so much. So we did it. We shoot it with her. She was amazing. And then the next day we're outside filming. She passes us in her car because she literally lives two doors down. And she goes, hey guys, I don't even remember me. I was your dead body yesterday.
Oh my gosh,
You remember
wait.
that?
Yes, and I can't I think it was Michelle or something. Um she would go to Ziggy's that was across the street from the Airbnb. And she went one time. Or no, it was my mom. It was my mom. And she was not Ziggy's. Okay, restart. Story restart. My mom went to a Starbucks in Greeley and she like pulls in and the barista was being really nice and was like, so like, why are you in town? Like, or like, are you just visiting or whatever? And my mom was like, no, my daughter, she's making a film, she's making a movie, and it's so exciting. And then she was like, is it called Winona? And mom was like, yeah, like, how do you know? Like, are you friends with them? And she goes, I play the dead body.
I totally forgot about that. So we ran into her like three times separate from when she was there at the dead body.
Funny.
That is so funny. She was fantastic, and I feel terrible that we're forgetting her name, but I texted Troy, so
Yes, I will
we can
pop.
respond.
You'll see me in the video be like, her name was here. Her name is Kara. Thank you, Kara.
Yes.
And
And
she
she
was
was
fantastic.
fantastic. And that was such a fun day. Shout out to Jace and Troy and Zach and Tony because they played background forensic guys and CSI, and they did so well that we ended up using one of we used Tony's close up, and
Hmm.
Maddie's gonna play it here because it's like my favorite and it makes me laugh every time. And he did a great job with that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll try to stay out of your way. Wouldn't want to be distracting.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say this was also the first Star Magnolia project that we had our first intern. We've never had an intern before.
Yes,
So
Bana, and she was fantastic. She did a great job. She'd bring us coffee, she'd show up, she'd learn sound, and um, she was great. She did a great
yeah,
job.
she's amazing.
And she showed up every day for so many hours. I was like, the boardroom is growing. But it was great. She did a great job.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a lot of firsts. We had a lot of new exciting things happen during the set. And I loved our cast so much. Like cast and crew,
Yeah.
everyone was locked in. Everyone was locked in and ready.
And and there's gonna be a counter in Winona that is a prop that was like that's owned by Maddie because Winona's car was mine. Elena's sunglasses were mine. Elena's phone was mine.
That's always how it be. Or I love the like spot a costume from a previous film counter. That's
Yes,
always my
yes,
favorite
yes, yes.
too. Um,
And Zach and Carolyn's car is also spotted in the clip.
yes, multiple times. You can see our car in the background, which is funny. That's gonna be a plot point at some point.
Yes. What else was I gonna say? Okay, I want to take back one of my statements. I stated that a lot of the scenes from the precinct were my, well, not my least favorite, but hardest to film. But one that was so fun was the text message scene.
I think you should show that. I think you should show that clip. The text
Because
messaging was so funny.
because what you don't see is that I am on the other side of the cubicle. And so Elena, she's supposed to be texting Monaguero, but obviously she's not. And so she had my phone, and so I had Gio's phone, and then Elena's texting, and then on the other side of the cubicle is me crisscross applesauce on the ground texting back. And it was so fun because Elena and I we had to go back and forth because we didn't want it to just be like me and Gio's texts and then Monaguero and Winona. So the entire time, Elaine and I kept going back and forth trying to figure out what would Monaguero and Winona be talking about, and it was so fun. I love
Yeah, it was so much fun. And like the previous texts were so funny because Maddie and I always hate it when you watch like a TV show and like it's the first text that they've ever gotten from supposedly their best
it.
friend. And I'm like, what? You could take 30 seconds to like write a few texts. Um, but anyway, so we did that. And then that scene was funny because it was the last scene we filmed in the precinct. And so we'd already torn down like half the precinct. So the shots are really tight because the precinct's gone.
The
It's just
precinct
really
is gone.
difficult. But also I loved filming the scene between her and Niels in the precinct because they were so good and they were making
That
us
was a
laugh
good
so
scene.
hard. And Theo made a choice that was not on the paper, not written down, fully his idea, which was to wink at her during one of the lines. And at first, we were
Yep.
watching the monitor, and Maddie and I went, "Was
Oh,
that real? Did you see
oh my
that? Am I
gosh,
crazy?"
this was also the first one we had a monitor.
Yes, we had a monitor, so it was way easier for me and Maddie because we could actually, we didn't have to like stop after every single one and be like, okay, let's watch it back. Like
Yeah.
it really made things quicker. And the wink was crazy because I went up and I was like, Theo, I feel like I just had a stroke. Like I thought that you winked at her, but I know you definitely didn't. He's like, oh, I did.
He thought
So
about
Maddie,
it for the entire 8 hours he was sitting in that chair.
yeah. So Maddie, go ahead and show that wink. Okay, that wink was crazy.
All right, look, I'm gonna be pleading the fifth. I'll give you a second to look up what that means, though.
But anyways, yeah, so that was what's our next question since we're
Mine,
going.
so okay, for this one's gonna be quick. So, but future episodes, we are thinking 8 total for limited
Yeah,
series. And so far 5? Is it 5?
about five are written. I think four is gonna get a complete rewrite. Um,
It's my
because there's
bad.
just yeah, just has to happen. No, I mean, there's just so many new good ideas that need to be put in that episode, and that episode is 45 minutes long, which is the longest of any of them. So I gotta go back, rewrite it, rework
Yeah.
it.
Sorry, Catherine. I know you said you were gonna beat me up.
No, she texted me the other day. She's like, "Can you send me the most updated version of episode 4?" I said, "Can't, honey. There is no newest version. It's getting completely rewritten." Sorry, Kathy. And I don't think Alina's read it either yet, which is good because yeah,
Yeah. But
we'll get it.
it's great so far, guys. And I'm very excited.
Yeah, episodes
Um,
1, 2, and 3, solid. I'm really
solid.
excited about those. Now we
Solid
just
as a
gotta
rock.
now we just gotta go through them, add little details in, and then
Hmm.
write the rest of them. But it's getting
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy
Yeah.
because episode 4 is the turning point of the whole season. So it's just a lot happens and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the last bullet point was, what are our next steps?
Oh, dude, because our next steps horrific, horrendous, terrible.
Hey, no, be a
So
positive
they
Polly.
have to be done, and that's great. And it's getting to do what we love, but it is easily my least favorite part of the whole process, which is we have to apply to a bunch of film festivals. We're going to be sending inquiry emails, trying to get streaming services interested in it. There's just a lot to do. It starts with us making our um, deck, which we've already made, which is good. So we just need some edits, and then we got to write a bunch of cover letters and just a lot of tedious work. But also, we'll be making a lot of TikToks, so look forward to that too. Lots of new information about the pilot, little edits, and what we're working on, and behind the scenes stuff. And there's just a lot. We had so much fun making this, so we
Yeah.
hope that you guys will have just as much fun watching it eventually. But yeah, as for a premiere, I don't know if that's in the cards as of right now, just because it's a pilot, not a movie. But we'll keep you guys all updated on if we're doing a premiere of that. Obviously, if it
It's
gets
at
picked up,
Roadhouse.
everything. Yeah, we're going to Roadhouse. We're going to
We're going to
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse
Eight
for like
seat.
caramel popcorn.
There's 8 seats in the house. They will be auctioned off.
Theo, you're sitting outside.
Yeah, you can watch it on the little TV they have outside showing the movie.
Yeah.
No, but
In the testing chairs.
with half and half popcorn, half caramel, half butter. Um, Anywho, yeah, it's all very exciting though, and all new, kind of new water, new territory that we're going into. So yeah, guys.
It's another
We are,
side quest.
yeah, it's more side quests. And you know what? And this side quest leads to the main quest. It all loops back, so it's
Exactly.
great. But also, guys, we are releasing new merch, and all donations and merch that's bought goes to us submitting stuff to the film festivals. So yeah, just keep that in mind. As those get released, we'll have like Winona sweatshirts. If you're part of our crew, we are gonna make one that says crew on the back. If that's something you guys are interested in, because I always think it's fun to have one that's like, I was there, I was on set. So we are launching a new GoFundMe that is also specifically targeted to us just getting stuff into film festivals, marketing for Winona, being able to like buy ad space so that people can see it, see our TikTok, and want to watch it.
Yes.
Because just the more traction we get, the more likely we can get attention from streaming services, and we can finish making this TV show. Obviously, we want to finish it no matter what, but whether it takes us 2 years or 10 years kind of depends on if we get funding, and getting producers means having to get it in front of people, which usually costs money. So yeah, if that's something you're able to do and are interested in, for making Winona come to life and getting to see the rest of the series, there'll be a link to our GoFundMe. So
Yeah.
check that out.
Check it out.
Yeah, and thanks for all of our repeat donors and just all the constant support we get. Like, we really couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah.
Even for just watching this video means a lot to us. So
Heck yeah. Like, comment, share.
at the end of this video, we will be sharing a clip of some of the bloopers from Winona.
Oh,
So
gosh.
take a look at those. I
Should
hope
we-
that's something that you can enjoy.
Oh my gosh. The clip that needs to be in there is the time that we were filming at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh,
And
that's the
Theo-
opening clip,
And
surely.
Theo was just not.
Theo is over it.
Theo was over it. That was so funny. Can I tell a story real quick?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so it was the last day. We had to film the scene. And what was hard about this scene was that Theo had to shave his beard. So we had to make sure we had everything done before he shaved his
Hmm.
beard. And so after he shaved it, we went down to the basement of our Airbnb. We set up a cubicle. Of course, my brother's sausage.
I don't think I could just say that without context. You'll see it in the clip at the end, okay?
You'll see
You'll see it
the
in the
clip.
clip.
No, but okay, so it was so funny because we're all exhausted. And so I was like, okay, Theo, we have to go over your lines. And he was like, okay, okay. He's like, well, it's only like 3 lines. And I was like, did you read the
It's two
script? I
pages.
was like, did you read the script? It's 2 pages. And he was like, what? Like, I've never seen his eyes so wide before in my life. He was like, what? And then as we're trying to do that, Carolyn and I realized that one of the props we did not grab from Tony's house. And so we needed it specifically for this scene. And we didn't have it. And so Zach goes over to Tony's house, but it's like 4:30 in the morning. Like he's not waking up. He's not opening the door. And so Carolyn's like, okay, we just have to, give me 10 minutes. And so Carolyn gets a Sharpie. Was it Sharpie?
Yeah, I couldn't even find the Sharpie. It's 4 in the morning. I'm like going through every single box because we've already packed up half the house because we're leaving in the morning, leaving in 3 hours, please. And so the house is all packed up, and I'm like, I just need a Sharpie. I'm going through every single box in the house trying to find a Sharpie. I finally find a Sharpie. I grab a piece of paper and I'm writing something down, and Maddie's like, What are you doing?"
And Carolyn's like, well, we don't have the pictures, so I'm just gonna make something that the brother would make, and that
Like a drawing from his little
yeah,
brother.
and that Theo would, I mean, Niels would put on his desk, makes him think of his brother. And
You're
I just
gonna have
go,
to show. You're gonna have to.
yeah, I'll show it, I'll show it. It's downstairs, 'cause I kept it. I was like, no one's throwing this away. I'm keeping this forever. And I just went, why does it say my brother's sausage? And Carolyn goes, that's not what it says. And then Theo goes, yeah, why does it say my brother's sausage? And then Gio joins and he's like, my brother's sausage. And Carol's like, that's not what it says. I don't even know what it said still.
It says my brother saves people, but it's written by kids. So like all the letters are misproportional sized and like it's spelled wrong. But yeah, from a distance, from first glance, it looks like it just says my brother's sausage because the words are so put together. It looks so funny. Oh, it's
And then
terrible.
we were like, well, we can't. Well, we were like, it's too late to change it. So we set up the camera, and then someone's idea was like, just move Theo in a position to where you just see, my brother, and then part of it at the bottom. And it's in the bloopers, but you just you hear Carolyn chuckling in the back, and she goes, "Now it looks like my brother's pee."
And it does. And you'll see that clip because that clip is so funny.
And then
Now that we've described it, you can watch it.
yeah, it was amazing. It was so
That is the most bloopers we
funny.
have from the entire movie is that scene because we all were so tired and
We were
even
so
Theo
tired.
couldn't keep it together.
Theo I don't think he's never pulled an all-nighter in his life. He was so tired.
And I remember when we filmed King Tara and we had an all-nighter and Theo was like, I'm gonna go take 2 hour nap. Wake me when you need me. And I remember we sent Maddie in because I'm like, I don't want to wake this grown man that I don't know. I don't want to go into his room.
So
That's
send me
weird.
instead.
And so I was like, Maddie, you do it. So Maddie goes in and she's like, hey, we're about to start your scene. And Theo's like, I'm ready. That's kind of exactly what happened with this one. He went from being like, I'm about to fall asleep right now to being like stone cold professional.
Well, he didn't take a nap in between, so he was.
No, he was shaving. Which
But
I was like, where the hell is Theo? Because I forgot that's what he was doing. I was like, where's Theo? We gotta go.
that
And
day
then
was
like, oh yeah, he's shaving.
that day was crazy
The day was a blur.
because I remember we had to film the car scene as well, and like obviously I wanted to be in the car, Carolyn wanted to be in the car, but I think we needed to divide and conquer. So
Yeah, because we had to like pack up the house because we just didn't
mhm.
have any time. Like we thought we'd wrap by 10. I remember, dude, Matthew's laughing at us because I remember our hopes of being like, we'll wrap by 10, we'll have a drink, we'll celebrate, and then we'll all go to bed.
No, I
4:30
don't
a.m.
even know what happened.
Well, the reason it happened that way was because we were supposed to film half of those scenes the night before. but Gio had to run to
Oh,
the airport, and that was fine. Like I'm glad that it worked out the way it
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Because we got to have a break that night instead. It was just,
Mhm.
but it was okay because it was like there were a few nights where we were like we have one more thing to do, and we were like no, it's over because it was like 1 a.m. and Gio is fading, and if Gio's fading, it's over because Gio is
Yeah.
like. He's go, 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 but like the second, like so much so that we had so many breaks this time because we couldn't shoot till like 5 p.m. because it's all night shoots. And that Gio would be like, well, what am I supposed to do? And we're like, take a break. And he's like,
Take a
oh,
break. No, he doesn't do that. But yeah, so we divided and conquered, and so Carolyn dropped us off at the Airbnb, and then it was me and Zach. And so Zach, I was like, Zach, can you go down to the basement and set up the interior or not the operator room, and then I will be up here packing because I had to drive 13 hours the next day.
yeah, which you were gonna leave
So
at 6, and we were like, no, girl,
I
you can't leave
yeah,
at
I
6.
left at
You
like
gotta
10, I
sleep in.
think.
Yeah,
I left at
you
10.
gotta get a few hours of sleep.
Yeah. So then I packed up my stuff, I packed up the props and then I packed up costumes and we had so many costumes. It was like unbelievable. So I did all that and then I went down and then Zach came upstairs and he was like, I don't know how you guys want the operator to look like. So then I was like, okay, we're switching. So then I went downstairs, set up the computer and all that stuff, and then he came upstairs and then packed the kitchen. And then by that time, everyone had arrived. So it's like we have
And
the desk, we have the chair, we have all this stuff.
and we didn't think about it because we had 4 cars to bring everything to the apartment because we had my mom had a rental, Maddie's mom had a rental, and then we had Maddie's car and my car. But what we didn't have were the other 2 cars when we were packing up. So we're like doing trips back and forth and then being like, we have to leave for the airport at 9 o'clock. And so we're like going to Ben's. We like drop off a whole load of stuff at Ben's. I'm like, Ben, I'll be right back from the airport to get this. So then I drive everyone to the airport and then come back, grab it all, go back to my house. It was crazy. I cannot wait for you guys to see the show.
Yeah.
So
Hope you Yeah, go watch the trailer if you haven't watched it yet. Check out any links below. That
yeah,
another way to support us, help us create Winona.
and enjoy these bloopers at the end of this episode.
Watch this be like a 2-hour episode.
Dude, honestly.
Catherine's loving it. Elena's loving it. Michelle's loving it. I'm not loving it because I gotta edit it. But
Maddie's editing, like, you gotta be kidding me. How long
cut
did
to
we talk about
me
this?
at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, I gotta finish this
The
episode.
breakdown is 2 hours longer than the TV show.
Action.
911, do you need police, medic? Sorry. Great start. All right, we're still rolling.
Camera is rolling. Do you want me to? Oh. Did not mean to do that. He was like licking right when I. Do you want?
Was this when I lick? Do I lick?
You could be my forever nightstand.
Because if he covers it, it just looks like it's his pee.
I'm still rolling. Not sure at what.
Hey,
I don't know who you are. I think I already told you that.
you sure you don't want to take an Uber or something?
No, I don't think so. I'm totally fine. Stop. Oh my God.
Oh, he's going. I don't have his keys, Carolyn. We don't have the props.
Oh, I have them.
Lena, can you like the flashlight go off of the table?
I'm sorry.
Oh no! What happened?
It hurts his eyes.
Just close them.
His eyes are closed.
Oh, what's up? Stole my fucking keys.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week, and we hope you
Go
enjoy this
watch
podcast.
The Traitors. We want Rob to win from Love Island. Never thought I'd say it. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm saying it now. I want Rob to win. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Just Some Podcast.
Feel free to like, comment, and share.
Check out our channel to see our teasers, trailers, and scenes from films we've made. You can also find King Tara, which is now streaming on Amazon.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify for more behind the scenes.
See you next week.
See you next week for a new episode.
Can't wait. I'll be there. I know Maddie will be there. Will you be there? It's like a guilt trip.
It's like a threat.
And if we don't see you there, I don't know. Watch your back.